Yep, I heard the craziest reason why your side hustle is going to fail, and it has to do with weight loss. Now, I'll get to that in a minute. But one of the things that in this video that we're going to talk about is how failure in our side hustles is very possible. Why? Y'all know it's the elephant in the room. AI. Not just AI, but people with AI. So in this video, we're going to go over exactly what could be a failure moment and then what should we do about it. One of the biggest things is we have, and you heard this yesterday's live, is that we've got the ability to move at lightning speed as we should. But guess what? Everybody else will be able to move at lightning speed too. And here's the thing. They've got these tools as well. Now, I'm going to tell you why these our side hustles are going to fail is going to be a little bit different than you might think. Now, I'm not, that guy that's out there saying, oh, it's all negative and things are going to go wrong. No. I got a whole different bag today, y'all. And this is why. Because we've got a tremendous opportunity, whether we like it or not. I'm going to do everything I can not to watch you fail. So it's why I'm on here doing these things every night. Now, I could be, in there taking a nap, taking a bath or something. But no, I'm not doing none of that because we need to get our butts out there and start producing and start making some offers. This is the big thing. I want you making offers like crazy. Okay, I'm going to pull this up right here. This is what I'm going to use to keep me on track. Okay, otherwise I can go on. Now, I'm going to remember to tell you the craziest reason that I heard today why your side hustle will fail. And I went down a rabbit hole like you would not believe. And it was very interesting of what they said. So I'll get to that coming up. But listen, let's talk about this right here. Why everyone's side hustle is going to fail. And here's the big point. There are going to be some rare winners. Hopefully you don't miss that. There's going to be some rare winners in this race. Now, I'm going to be talking a little bit about that, and I just put chapters and all that kind of stuff because I always want to create books from this stuff. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Got a whole bunch of people because they feel they can that are launching side hustles. But here's the thing. They're watching those same tutorials. We're on there. We're watching, Alex Hormozy. We're talking, we're watching Gary Vee and we're saying, okay, I can do it. Now we're watching the AI folks and we're saying, I got this. I can do it. I'm on it. But here's the problem. And I kind of peeped this out a little bit. And I thought, wait a minute. If I'm getting that same prompt, the thing I ask myself is how many other people are getting that same prompt? And if that person's got a very popular channel and they're talking about it, I go, man, that means I'm going to be competing against a million people. And here's what it is. AI is destroying differentiation. I can barely say that word. Differentiation. So everybody's going to look like the same. Everybody's going to be like, I got the same thing on my phone. I'm watching the same stuff. And again, this ain't about AI being bad. Look at this. We have to understand what happens because learning has been compressed. And if learning is compressed, it's no longer hard. If everybody can go to college and everybody can get a degree, that means they're going to compete out there against you in getting the work. This is the same thing. Everyone starts in the same place, same sources, same prompts, cookie cutter model. Now, again, I like to put everything, you'll see chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, because I always think, how would I talk about this in book format? So I'm reminding myself, make a book out of it. Then from the book itself, create everything else. It's just how I think. So look at this. When AI compresses, this is why our side hustles will fail. When AI compresses, learning time to zero, everyone arrives at expertise simultaneously. What does that do? That kills pricing power. You no longer can say, I'm the only one that does this. I'm the only one that knows this. Now, again, I'm going to bring this back, and how we win is going to be the difference. We know this AI has removed the moat. We no longer have a moat around ourselves. We no longer can say, I'm the only one doing this. And that's unfortunate. So now we know some of this stuff, right? Before AI, friction was your friend. There's a lot of people doing some stuff. They couldn't solve some things. So we came in and says, we got you. We'll solve it for you. Now, none of that. So we have to discover what that is, right? Here are some of the 4 failure mechanisms that we got to be thinking about. Identical starting points. Everyone begins with the same inputs. Okay. Friction removed. AI eliminates the barriers. Everybody's feeling excited and able. Man, I tell you, I feel so confident now because combining what I know with what I can do with AI's brain, with other people's brain, and the ability to just unwind just about anything, I feel very confident. And then I get in an Uber car and the Uber driver is talking about it. Okay, there it goes, right? Here's another thing. This is what I really want you to understand too. We've got a trap out there right now, and it's called AI tools. Now, I always, in the description field of this video itself, I leave you the tools that I use. And I like to use these tools because they help me get ahead, and they'll probably help you get ahead too. But mastering the tools is not it. This is where most people are losing the game. And this is where we will lose the game and fail if we don't recognize it. They believe that learning ChatGPT, Midjourney, or the latest AI tool gives you the edge. It does not. And I'm gonna tell you, this is something that as I use more tools, what I'm learning. I'm learning how to unwrap them, number one. And I'm learning, wait a minute, this thing is taking up a lot of my time. This is social media in a whole different way, but it's just making you feel capable. Tools aren't neutral. Everyone has access. Your competitors learned the same tools last night. Now, I keep hearing these commercials and they're bugging me. I keep hearing these commercials that say, go away for a weekend and learn AI. Or they got a very popular one right now, and the guy is telling you all these different tools that you can use, and it looks so exciting. Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. But quite frankly, you shouldn't be wanting to use these tools. We should be leveraging these tools to make money. We got to stop learning AI and start earning from AI. So here it is. Real leverage lies elsewhere. Here is the point. And I promise you, I'm going to get to the craziest reason I heard today why your side hustle will fail. And it's crazy. And it has to do with weight loss. I'm telling you. Look at this distribution. This is going to be key. Your ability to reach the right people. Who do you know? Who have you reached out to? What communities are you building? I just literally, personal story, I literally just started joining things. I have been an infamous non joiner. I just don't like it. I'm getting past it. I'm getting over myself. Why? It's necessary because as I go and reach more people and I see more of what people are doing, I also have some things that I have learned that I can share. Distribution. So our ability to reach the right people matters infinitely more than your ability to use tools. This part right here. Don't forget it. Trust. Do people know, like, and trust you? How do you know? Will they buy from you? Because there's no like trust. And then there's I know, like, trust enough to buy your stuff. That becomes another key consideration. Positioning. How are you perceived in the marketplace? And how you received is going to allow you to ask for more money. I'll give you an example. I just redid, or I'm in the middle of redoing my web presence, and my prices have gone up from, I think, $1,300 a month to $25,000, I think, for a year. And there's different levels. I give you a lot. I'm going to be giving a lot because that's what I do. I love this stuff and I want you to love it. And I'm going to teach you how to love it. And I'm going to teach you how to leverage it as you love it. That's the point. So I got different pricing levels. Positioning. Why? Because I've been doing a lot of stuff for a lot of years. I've created a lot of things and I can literally show, hey, this is what I've done. This is who I helped. See the results they're getting all the time. Now that's positioning. Context, understanding your customer's world. What is really bugging them? People want to know how, not just who. Not just who's teaching me, but did whoever I'm listening to teach me something. I'll give you an example. I heard something today that talks about why certain courses and stuff are failing, and it changed what I was going to talk about today. And the guy was saying it, and I was like, he said it like for a sentence, and I thought, wait, just a sentence of that, you got to give me more. But it put me on a road to something, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. I got to look into this more. All right, so understanding our customers' world is going to be key. They build better mousetraps when they should be finding better mice, dumber mice, right? The output versus the outcome. We need to be thinking about outcomes. That's it. Prompts, templates. This is what they're selling, blah, blah, blah. What buyers actually want. Do I want a prompt? No, because that's more work. Do I want some generated content? Well, maybe, but that's generic. It's not specific and on brand. Do I want some more tools? Oh my gosh, I used to. Not anymore. Here's what I really want. This right here. I want more time in my day. Can you give me that? How? I want more money in my pocket. Can you give me that? How? I want less of this, maybe because of these things. I want to be able to go, do I have a clear path to a decision? Think about that. Decision fatigue is real. So what do? We go out there and says, okay, here's how we got to matter. Because AI has done this, that means we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. Outcomes, however, and I'm telling you, I am crushing the game in this area right here. Outcomes. Talk to people that have worked with me and ask them, did he help you get an outcome? Period. I don't just give information. Those days are over because we got AI that can do that. In fact, I tell you, bring your AI and I'm going to help you put in place what it told you to do. And this is the key consideration. This is a race to zero. When you sell prompts, you're competing with free ChatGPT and 1,000 prompt library. When you sell content, you're racing against infinite generation capacity. This thing could do more, faster, and better. So let's stop that. But outcomes. This is why, and this is the reason why, if you keep doing the left side, if you keep doing this, your side hustle will fail. But tell me about outcomes. Work with me. That's why I've changed the way I work with people. I've changed absolutely the way I deliver information. I'm no longer saying, hey, here's just a course. It's a course in me. I'm going to show you how. If I say, here are some tools you can use, I make sure I use the tools so that I can show you how to use the tools. And I get calls on that. Hey, could you tell me how to use this? Absolutely. If that's a part of their package, yeah. And this is it, right? You've heard it before. You're selling transformation. Yeah. If you're in the weight loss space, you're selling more than just watching you. You're selling, if you watch me do what I do, perhaps this could happen to you. And if it's weight loss, it becomes the thing that transforms them, that gets them to see themselves differently. Now, I love transforming thinking. Sharing with you something else. Like, for example, when I said, very simply, this is why your side hustle will fail. Because I wanted you to hear that. And these are the things that will, if we don't change them, will make sure our stuff fails. So, as a winner, this is what I anticipate you'll be doing differently. This is your turning point right here. Narrow niches and dominate. I heard one the day I was doing, I was on with one of my joint venture partners. I do a lot of joint ventures. I got like three or four of them going at any given moment, with different people. And we had a chance. Well, she couldn't make it to the talk, but I had a chance to talk about a article that she had found. And in this article, what was interesting about the article is that it was talking about helping people in school districts use AI in a very specific way, in a niched way. This is just for them, not everybody. Now, that's what we call niching down. So you don't just want painters, you want people that paint certain things. Now, this is metaphorical, but you want people that paint certain kind of things. That's because they use specific paints. Maybe you can help them. If you just paint, Heritage Hill homes, that's it. Not everybody's house. Don't call me if it's everybody's house. But if I just paint Heritage Hill houses, then if you are trying to attract that particular client, then you niche down and says, I only want to talk to people that paint Heritage Hill homes. Now, will that make you a lot of money? I don't know. This is for educational purposes. Nothing is typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised that you'll make a dime. Some people that try this stuff make nothing. That's my disclaimer for you. But imagine this. If you've got a subset of people that are in pain, you bring the pain reliever, then for those folks, it matters. You ever heard that term? You've heard that one called, there was all these starfish on the beach, and somebody picked up the starfish and they threw it back and says, you do realize that there's like thousands of these things and you're not making a difference. And then somebody says, whoever threw the starfish in says, I made a difference for that one. And that's what matters. And that's all that needs to matter. So if you're able to niche down, you can win. What about this one? You're going to build distribution first. Who am I selling to? I am selling to very specific audiences. How do I reach them? Well, I do lives every night. Now, if you come on my live, or if I use this live and I go and run an ad to it or something like that, and you says, I really like the way he does that, you're my folk. But if you just like, oh, I got to have the fancy graphics and stuff has got to move, my eyes got to be all over the place, I'm not your guy. I just want the people that say, I want to learn something. I don't want to just be entertained. Now, I can be entertaining because that's what I do. I love having fun, right? We can get some music on that. Now, if I start putting the music on, well, then it becomes a thing. All right, here it is. Look at this. I'm going to put a little music. Well, maybe I'll become that person for you. So look at this. Sell outcomes, not outputs. Hey, I'm going to give you 55 modules. No, man, let's stop that. That's going to fail. In module 1, you'll be able to turn this around. In module 2, you'll be able to stack on and turn some more stuff around. In module 3, that's an outcome. And then you're working with them to give it to them. Now, that might be in a very specific setting. There's a new way, and I may do a video on it, that we should be delivering our content. New way. Now, I've been doing it for 11 years, working with organizations, and they do it in this particular way. And for a while, a lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, we should do stuff online and all that. And I'm like, nah, bro, because the effectiveness of that hasn't shown to be as effective as this particular style. And it matters and it's good. Executing with speed. Can you do it? Can you get stuff done fast? That becomes the question. If you cannot, you will lose. You will fail. Your stuff is going to fail. We got to get out of that. Because look at this. Saturation is happening like right now. What most people don't realize is market saturation happens in weeks. Whoa, what? Weeks, not months. Market saturation happens in weeks, not months. I can tell you times when I see a good video I remember that there was this one video that I was supposed to move on within hours because I happened to be up late and he dropped it late. He dropped it at like midnight. And I was like, wait, that thing's got like 15 views. This guy's got thousands and thousands of subscribers. Well, it hadn't picked up momentum yet. And I did not do the video in time. And within 2 days, hundreds of thousands of views. So now, out there, saturation happens in weeks, not months. When new opportunities emerge, early adopters launch quickly. We have the ability. We have the technology. We can rebuild them. If you ever remember the $6 million man, just saying. I have just aged myself, but we have the technology. We can rebuild them. Price competition begins. Everybody's out there doing it now. I can unwrap your whole idea in an afternoon, and I can decide if I want to do it. But if it's a good idea, guess what I'm doing? I'm unwrapping it. And so people can unwrap yours too. YouTube videos appear, courses launch, templates, libraries proliferate, hundreds enter the market simultaneously. Saturation time has changed. That means we got to move on stuff very, very quickly. That's the key. So here's how you're going to survive, y'all. Pick your constraint. In other words, focus. Boy, is that hard for me? Yes, but I don't mind. Build in public. Wait, what? Why should I build in public? You're seeing it being successful. Share what you learn. Create content. Why? Because that becomes the know, like, and trust factor. What am I doing right now? I'm showing you stuff in public. All 30 days in December, I showed in public how to do stuff. Focus on outcomes. Ship imperfectly. I'll give you an example. Starting Saturday, I'm going to be working with some entrepreneurs. Anywhere between 4 and I think we may end up getting up to 15. And every single day for 6 weeks, or every single week for 6 weeks, we're going to be shipping stuff. And I say shipping as in creating and then putting it into the marketplace. I'm not going to let a class or day go by. I have them for 2 hours each week. Go by without A, some homework, B, saying in class, how did it go? So, and then clapping you up when things go well. We will be shipping. We will be focusing on outcomes. Yes, that's what we got to do. This is the unfair advantage opportunity. Context knowledge, relationship capital, execution speed. These things. Y'all hearing some thunder? Yeah, because it's about to rain in winter. Oh boy. That's what we're looking at. The unfair advantage that still matters. This is it, y'all. This is it. The reality check. This still works right now, but there's a window where it won't. Despite everything you've read about failure mechanism, saturation, there still is a window of opportunity. So I want to share this with you. Are y'all ready to hear this story though? Oh my gosh, I got to look at my other screen over here. Get this. There's this guy, Matthew Prince, and he said that Ozempic, and I think, what's the other one? Semaglutide, is killing Vegas. Wait, what? So what does that got to do with how we might fail because of this? And I heard this other guy said that, well, sometimes courses are impulse buys. Wait, are y'all with me? Courses are impulse buys. Yeah. So if courses are impulse buys and people are taking semaglutide and what's the other one, Wegovy, then that those GLP-1s, I kid you not, it's the craziest thing. I'm not playing. The craziest thing that I've heard as to the reason why stuff you're offering might fail, because people don't have that desire to impulse buy it. So they see it and it's $19, $4 or whatever it is, maybe more, obviously. and they don't have the impulse to buy. Why? Because they're taking this stuff. Now, this is what he's saying. I can't confirm it, but I'm looking at it like, wait, there could be something there. If it's killing Vegas, in other words, you don't have the desire to gamble. And if you don't have the desire to gamble, maybe you don't have the desire to buy impulse buy courses. And if you don't have the impulse to buy courses, maybe you don't even care about AI. You're going, no, I'm good, because something's not driving you. Their dopamine's not making you do it. So imagine that, what you're offering in front of people, instead of them impulsively buying it now, they go, I'm good. And it's because they're taking this stuff. Watch this. Watch this. I've been doing research on it, and I've been going down the rabbit hole. And I know it sounds crazy, but is it possible that people are feeling like they're good because they're using these weight loss drugs, and they no longer have, I don't know, maybe a emptiness, a feeling? I don't know. I'm going to jump off that, because when I heard that, I said, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard as to the reason why your side hustle could fail. Because people are taking the weight loss drug, Ozempic, semaglutide. Well, again, so I started going down the rabbit hole saying, are people not gambling that much anymore? And it says, nah. And I told AI, I says, work with me here. But then this Matthew Prince guy goes on and says, it's absolutely killing Vegas because people don't feel the need to gamble anymore. Okay, let's jump off that. It's just a crazy thing I heard. I told you, I promised that I would tell you the craziest thing that I heard. But here it is. Again, most people won't act. This is the number one reason. Now, they won't act. They'll watch videos, they'll take courses, they'll plan indefinitely. So we need to combat that by saying, here it is, here's my tool, here's my opportunity, here's my book, here's my course, here's my cohort, here's my thing. It's not 100%, but hopefully it helps you become what you want to become. Positioning is going to beat perfection. So let's stop being the perfectionists. Oh my gosh, I'm a procrastinator. No, procrastination is a form of perfectionism. So let's stop that. Outcomes command premium prices. If you can show people that you will get them results, and you can prove it. Hey, I got them results. Heck, I got myself results. I'm 23 pounds down. Blood pressure's great. Sugar levels awesome. Why? Because I went keto. And the time that I came off of ketogenic lifestyle, everything went back up. Yeah. So now I can literally say, hey, eat this, try that, and it'll affect this, and it'll affect that. I can literally say, this is why it worked for me, and it perhaps will work for you. That's all we can do. That's an outcome. And then if you help them keep the outcome, because you're going to be delivering your courses and your books and your stuff in a different way. Now, if you notice, I do books a certain way. I have an interactive element to them. Flip books instead of just a read book. They're going to buy it and they're going to put it on the shelf. Now I go, oh, look at this. And I have some books that I speak over and flip it, and I speak over it. I emphasize it. So those are all interactive tools. Are y'all getting it? That's the whole idea. Here it is, your move. What are you gonna do? You can follow the crowd, copy it, all the mess that they're doing right now, and your stuff will fail. I'm telling you, this is why side hustles will fail. Or you can do this. Pick your constraints, build your distribution, sell your outcomes, not your outputs, ship fast, iterate even faster. You'll be seeing from me iterations of things. This is one of the reasons why I decided to come on here every single day, because I want to have a conversation with you. I don't care if it's 4 people or 4 million. Let's talk about these things that could affect your opportunities. The AI gold rush is real. And if you think about the gold rush, who made the most money? The people selling shovels. Oh, so they were selling the shovels, and then there was people that says, I'm a guide. That's what I am. I'm a guide. Let's go. It's over here. And then I may say, you want to do it yourself? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, here's a map. Oh, but by the way, watch out. There's a whole little area of snakes. So you go, well, why don't you go along with me? Okay. Be that guide for somebody. The gold rush is real. People are tied up with too many things, too many tools, and they still aren't shipping stuff. Be the person that says, I'm going to show you. Be the accountability person that says, I'm going to make sure you do. Be the person that just loves up on folks and saying, look, you can do it. That's what I'm encouraging you to do today. Come on in, right? If you want to work with me, look in the description field. I usually leave something that you can literally click on and get in touch with me, right? Seriously. You want to support the show? Great, support the show. Here's some links. They're down at the bottom. Support the show. That's cool. If you literally say, bro, I want us to have a conversation, then I can always leave you information where you can get in touch with me. But I'm not going to put it up on the screen and you're not going to click on it. It's on the screen right now. And you're, oh, I'm watching from my phone. Well, take an image of it on your phone and then Google it and say, hey, how do I get to the QR code that I took with my phone? Google will tell you, oh, you do this, you do that, and you open it with this. So if that's what you want to do, come on in. Let's talk. I'll help you get this stuff together, help you win.